fire in my soul, fire in my heart. Till you see me on the other side of stars.
Oh, the journey starts from where we did first step. No one's sure what lies ahead before the breath. Roads may be rough and tough, but we will lead somewhere.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes this journey is about the chase, all about the destination of the world. No matter how far,
No matter how far,
how you go,
how you go.
how long can it
Promise
be
you no time to waste. Gotta face your life, go get it right.
Alright, hello and good evening. You're here to do the Chiori story quest, and I really think that's kind of about it since I'm starting this late. So I did say that tomorrow, aka Thursday night, I would be streaming the final act of Chapter 1 for Honkai Impact. I would still like to get that done. Might be a bit tight, or I don't know, it'll probably happen, but it just definitely might not be the most energized version of me, because tomorrow I have a long day at work, and I'll probably I'll be getting back a bit late, and then streaming for an act that's gonna drag into the late into the night, and then I have to wake up early that same day is gonna be pretty rough. But I'll tank through it. I'll try my best to make it work. So I'll apologize in advance if you know, if I don't sound good for that, but let's not worry about that then. We'll worry about that when we get there. For now, we are here to work on Genshin. I don't really expect the Chiori story quest to go past an hour and 30, but yeah. So yeah, let us begin. So I'm still trying to farm a match for Chiori in terms of her ascension. Right now my crit rate and crit damage are a bit lower than I would like, but it is how it is. When I max her out, her crit rate will look a little bit better, but I think her overall stats definitely could be much better. But for now, I'm okay with it. I live with the cope. When they talk about tonight, oh, interesting. Oh, a fashion festival is being held. You probably decide to check out for ourselves. Of course. Where there's fashion, Chiori would definitely be there. Right?
Behold.
Yes, of course we'll pass by. Oh. Bro, why did they have Paimon talk, but then I instantly get interrupted? I'm guessing I'm supposed to... I'm guessing I was supposed to come from the other side, and I would have had some time to talk, but I just interrupted myself, so screw it.
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
I know that the world of Genshin Impact is definitely not the same size as what it's made out to be in like all the other text and media and stuff. Because I'm just looking at Chiori Boutique, and damn, that thing looks tiny in comparison.
Not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chiori boutique dress for my wedding.
Oh,
I really
it's this
thought
lady
the
from
chance
the
would pass me by.
from the teaser.
Wait, isn't
I
that
remember.
Chiori?
She was making, she was
Shop today?
working on the dress for this lady for her wedding, and then that asshole of
You
a
got a point there.
guy
Well,
came
once she's done with her
came in
customer, we can go and ask her.
before she yeeted him out the
I'm a
window,
woman of my word.
or he
If I
jumped
say I can
out,
do
quote unquote, on
something,
his
it will
own.
be done. The first rule
Whichever
of
the two
business is
happened.
to always keep your promises. Now, remember to not fold the gown or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
I'll try
I'm
my
sure she'll
best.
probably want to try it on at least one.
Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today.
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design, or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Hey, Paimon's not a kid.
Oh. That. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Yeah, because it feels like for everyone else not involved in the competition itself, it's just a viewing
Fashion Week
venue.
isn't what I'd call fun, but it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous fashion week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction. Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought. All that complicated
I mean, it
stuff
definitely
aside,
is.
I'm saying we'll be
I
able
for
to
one
see
can't
new
really say
Chiori
much about
designs
it
for the
because
show.
I just mostly just
Absolutely.
wear
The designs have already been
for
finalized.
functionality and
I'm
it
just
doesn't
waiting
look
for the fabrics to arrive.
weird on me, I suppose.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Something like that. Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Oh, we get to see her. Yay.
Coming through!
Hey, why are you still not part of my roster yet?
Shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm... really?
I think this was also in the
Sorry.
trailer, if I remember correctly. Or at least the
Deep
voice line
breaths,
she had.
Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine.
When was
It's
the
been a
last time we seen you? I feel like we've seen her in some other event before the one she first appeared in, which was the 3.7 event. The TCG Worldwide thing. I can't remember for the life of me if she did appear anytime after that. Let's see, 4.0 didn't have an event. 4.1 was... Was 4.1 again? I already forgot. 4.2 I think was the fashion festival, right? No, 4.3 was the fashion festival. What was 4.2 then? There was was there a Mondstadt one? I can't remember. My memory's going bad.
Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job
Okay,
now,
so
isn't
this
it?
is the second time. I'm guessing the first
You
time was
somehow
during the event,
always
so we
happen
probably
to
didn't
catch
see
me
her
off my game, huh?
during the other time.
So, what
But
was
then
the
again, she might
holdup?
not have been on duty.
Sailing delays, bad weather.
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
Oh yeah, I forgot what they each mean,
Alright,
but
alright. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about
But
Komuni
it bothers me so
Express.
much. I'm digging up
It
the
was
Genshin
obvious they were looking for someone with two
not the
tails.
Genshin playlist, but the
So it was a targeted hit?
my Genshin collection. So I guess it is a playlist of sorts. I need to figure out what the events were.
I got the
Okay, I know
sense
4.0
that
was
they
the
were
robot
actually
toy
targeting
thing.
Chiori's goods.
4.1 event was
Yeah,
the
they said that I
poetry
could go as
event.
long as I
Ah,
left the
yes,
goods with
the
them.
collab between Monster and
Otherwise,
Anyway.
they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, 4.2 was the
Oh, are you okay,
the event with
Kiara?
Remine with the
I'm good.
story
I'm still a
about
yoker after
the
all.
penguin
I
thingy.
turned them over to the guards.
Damn, how did I forget that
Just
one? That one
took
actually
me a
hit
while to
different.
round them all up.
Okay, and then 4.3 was
Well,
obviously the movie
it's not
thing.
completely out
And then
of the
4.4
ordinary
was
for
an
one of your
intro.
deliveries to get intercepted. But it
Speaking of which,
still
I need to
doesn't make
highlight
sense how
stuff.
you
There's like
knew it was my
a
goods
bunch
they
of
were
stuff I need to
after.
highlight. I guess after tonight I'll be able to highlight some
You've got
stuff.
other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you?
Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Well...
Sounding
Perhaps I
like a
need to
yes.
reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
Oh,
You
caught
always
lacking.
know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chioria Boutique's delivery.
And who might this person be?
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go?
Nah, Davey,
I
that
mean,
fixed her
I
brand, her
didn't really
business.
get
She ain't letting
injured,
that go.
and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here.
Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Okay, I would have pronounced it as
Chiori's
Ufer, but
complaints
it's
about him,
Uter.
sure.
Okay.
He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
Ugh.
Oh, so he's like a business rival.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square.
Uter, however,
Just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about to do will feel negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week. Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komuni Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Alright, help out the homies.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
Or more like she'll end up taking care of us, I'm sure.
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
Yeah, I was gonna comment. This is I don't know if this is the longest intro, but it was a pretty long intro. But I mean, I guess they gotta supplement it, or else we're jumping it straight into the conflict, I guess. Without really explaining much. Hey, there's Chevreuse. Good to see you again.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh?
Calling her
and I
officer
see
means
the
she needs
Traveler
something
and
for the
Paimon
job.
are here too.
I also need you in my inventory soon. Or in my party, not inventory. Makes you sound like an
Meet
object.
again.
We treat everyone with respect.
Well, things have been fine on my end.
We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made.
Oh, really? That's
I
nice.
suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
she's
you
stun
were one of
locked.
the leading roles after all.
So, did something happen?
Alright, Chiori,
Indeed it did.
drop the
I need you to
details.
come with me.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper
They know
procedure?
how each other is gonna act, so they just gotta.
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. I'm about to go teach him a lesson.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the special patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
Alright. Where is this person?
Damn, she really letting it slide.
Follow me.
As long as she doesn't see the blood splatting, she'll look the other way.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that.
Ah, just right around the corner.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a chat with him.
Man, I was kind of hoping to see chat in quotation. I mean, I think all of us get the gist of what she really
It's
means,
just
right?
as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Huh, Paimon gets it now?
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself.
Damn, she's really out here
So,
clobbering them.
Who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Because when it comes to people beefing with her friends, she's really not gonna take that.
Huh? Uter, you say?
Does she have another case that involves him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior. So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure, but why?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
Oh, guys, you're gonna fly out of the building. Oh, I was gonna say. Damn, she is not amused.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Damn, look at her. She really taking that girl boss name up a notch.
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again.
A part of me wants to hope, quote unquote, for his sake, that because people know of his reputation with how bad it is with Chiori, they're gonna do something bad to Chiori's brand under his name, and they'll get away with it, and this guy will be the scapegoat, and he'll eat all the shit for
It
it.
appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Lay off the dirty tricks. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got to do something!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect
Collected
some
evidence
useful
of him
evidence.
bartering
You
with
don't
the
mind, do you?
treasure hoarders.
There's nothing in there that would implicate
pl-
you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Find the soul and all that.
Gah, forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
My boy got caught.
Miss Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
And back in he goes.
That scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just go flying out like that?
Really? That's what scared you, Paimon? Like, we've seen many enemies getting tossed and turned on our journey.
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing anything too out of line?
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything, he kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Yeah,
Believe it or
sometimes
not,
people do deserve
they
it.
were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg.
There's only so
It's the
much
only
shit
way
you
to
can
get
eat
him
in
to
life,
stop.
you know?
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety. Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on tomorrow's
Put on the
quota then.
tab.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours.
Alright, so what is it that we're trying to find out now? Where am I going? Back to the boutique. Okay, I guess I'll just...
The wind rises.
Alright, so what is this favor that she needs?
We're back.
Or maybe not, maybe later.
You were gone for an awfully long time.
Was that long? I mean, I guess we did do a time skip, so I guess it would be
There's
pretty
nothing
long
to worry about.
for something that's
All
supposed
you
to
need
just
to
be a
know is that
distraction.
you'll never have to worry about someone in Fontaine messing with your deliveries again.
Sorry, Chiori. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rusula can take the second half. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow.
Oh damn, she's like,
As
you're going
for
back
Nadia,
home
I'll give
with
her a
this
heads up a
group.
bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a
Sure,
bunch of
simple in
armed
your
guards.
eyes, but in other
Or
people's eyes,
those
you
with
are.
sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think
You're.
this is a bit much?
Well, you certainly shouldn't count
I
on
was gonna
such a
say great
procession
friend, but
for
I was trying to
every
think of
trip
something
you
more
make to
grand to
Fontaine.
say.
It's just a one-off.
Yeah,
thing.
irreplaceable.
For my own peace of mind.
Yeah, irreplaceable. I
It'll
guess
also
was
show
probably
those
what I
guys
was
what'll
really
happen
trying to
to
gun
those who
for.
dare to mess with my friends.
You scratch my back and I scratch. Take her words.
Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then I guess it's fine.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned fashion house. That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Well... I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some people from other nations haven't heard of it.
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand renowned throughout all of Teyvat.
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then.
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every
She has a
time
branch,
need
but I
to
haven't
get the
seen any other
bag up.
stores. I guess it's like they exist in the world, but we never actually see it, I suppose.
Be careful with them. They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
I'm sure I could think of something.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
Once she
Why don't you
figures
come
out
to my
something,
shop
her brain
tomorrow
will
and
start
model for
racking and
me?
her
Simply
hands will
put,
start doing its
you'll
thing.
serve as my living mannequins.
Oh, so we get to try on some of your
Oh boy,
clothes?
another
Seeing
opportunity
off the
for
back will
travelers
also
to
give
get a
you
new
chance to
fit,
make some small
and nothing
adjustments
comes
to
out of
the
it.
stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
You run for the runway.
No need. We've already booked the models for that. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye. I'll even give you a special discount.
Wow, that would be nice if the game would actually let us,
Sounds great! Paimon was just starting to get curious about all this design stuff.
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, Traveler, and I don't know. Paimon here will show off some kids' designs. I'll see you both tomorrow then.
Oh no.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way Paimon's not gonna,
I told you already, she's
not gonna take offense to that. Alright, in the first part. Stain spots. If the hem of a shirt stain, can it still take the stage? Oh god, someone's gonna sabotage her
Speaking of clothes,
outfits.
do yours happen to need any mending right now, Kirara?
Well, since you asked, Chiori, there's this part around my waist.
Oh, need a bit of letting out around the middle.
No! It's a tear. Those bad guys did it.
Alright, sorry about that. Let me step a little bit ways away so I don't accidentally trigger the dialogue. Alright. Dink, 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 dink. That's good enough. Oh, I guess we're gonna have an actual domain to really walk into for this one. In we go.
Chiori, we're here!
You're here early.
God, I can't imagine
haven't
sitting in the
even
chair and
opened the
having the
shop
sun
yet.
directly hit into our eyes and stuff like that.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Probably right.
With the special patrol. Bright and early.
Did everything go alright on the road?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself. They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirara won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara.
Yeah, look
An
at her.
excellent souvenir to remember Fontaine by, I'd say.
Sounds like Navia really
Not gonna lie, I feel like Kirara would run slower in that
Marvelous,
form,
exactly.
but
She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure
not gonna
she
lie, I
can't
was also
wait for
kind of
another
expecting
escort
her to have like a
opportunity
little
to come her
sweat
way.
mark on the box
You know,
just
now
because
that
she's
you
like
mention Navia,
nervous
I
or
think
like
since you're
weirded
here,
out
I'm
by
feeling pretty
this service
good.
she's getting.
You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. No matter what comes her way, she never bows down in the face of adversity. That sort of determination and courage is something I really admire. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning an outfit for my boutique, well, I'm sure you can imagine my excitement.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes. People like to copy the styles of those they look up to.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes to look cute.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a market the size of that. Well, would you look at the time?
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business. We're here to model.
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample outfits. Why don't you help me set up the shop displays in the meantime?
Set them up. How exactly?
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles. This way, we can guarantee that the customers will see something different every day.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
Alright, let's see.
We just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Alright, so I'm guessing we just group those together, right?
Please organize the clothes with an eye towards their types and styles. I'm counting on you.
I wonder if there's a way for us to fumble this. Alright, so we put the kimonos together, right? Oh, with the things in the back. Place the Inazuman kimono. Oh, we're holding on to stuff. Men's formal attire and go. I wonder if we get different dialogue or she'll just tell us to do it again because we messed up real bad.
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design.
Nah, I don't think we're that dumb. Like,
Anyway,
it's something
let's
simple.
move on to the real task at hand. Over
Actual
here,
design?
stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Oh, someone came in.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently?
Oh, is she like a disciple or other worker in this store?
Not too bad.
Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come here today because you'd like to make a new request, perhaps?
Oh, a different client.
Oh, no. nothing like that, Miss Chiori. To be honest, I came here today to cancel my order for that gown.
Cancel your order.
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. Did something happen, Leanne? Have your plans changed? It's alright. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you. I'll take note of the cancellation.
Thank you. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Why do I feel like she got coerced into it, you know?
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now? Wonder why she wouldn't tell us why she was canceling her order.
Yes, sure. Like, Chiori might have kept the money for this transaction, but down the road she lost a customer, right? Is that the whole gist that's happening? She'll slowly lose that customer after customer because of someone else's misdeeds.
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. I've pretty much heard it all.
But I bet the situation's
Judging from the look on her
neither
face,
or none of
something's
those,
keeping
right?
her from revealing the truth to us. It's best not to pry.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work on Fashion Week, right?
That's true. Come, let's pick up where we left off.
Just watch someone else walk in right after. Yep.
Is Miss Chiori in?
I am. How
This
can I help you?
guy looks exactly like the NPC from the
I'd
trailer.
like to return this item.
Oh, could I ask why?
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund if I wasn't satisfied, so that's why I'm here.
You say it's not to your liking, but I'm sure she's probably shown off to you, and you picked it up because it was okay, right? I don't know. That's just me being a bit of an ass about it, you know. I mean, sure, over time you might think, okay, maybe you weren't into it as you thought you were before. I guess that's okay, but I don't know. I'm gonna be that guy right now and be a super not a super simp, but kissing up to Chiori's a lot. Like I'm gonna be signing with her on a lot of things here.
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short? Or is the color too dark? I can always make those adjustments for you.
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that. I'd just like that refund, please.
Wait, how would he get a refund if she spent the materials making it?
And
No?
I'd be happy to process that for you. If you could just tell me the cause of your dissatisfaction.
Is Chiori here? I'd like to return my outfit.
Another one?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? What does the prophecy say this time? You'll be spared if you get rid of all your clothes? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return my clothes. What is going on?
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of dirty criminals.
Oh, this is people like pretending to be customers and just like smearing or slander her name, you know, under the idea that, you know, they got products from her. Ugh.
Please calm down, sir.
What is he talking about?
Haven't you heard? Chioria Boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals. It's all over the papers.
Okay, this I wouldn't say it's completely out of left field. I knew something was up, but this of all things, like this is so much. I want to say stuff that includes another word for poop, but it's just so dumb. I can't believe people are falling for this, but you know, it's like they don't know what we know, so I can't really entirely blame them for it. But like, oh come on, it's like.
And just who is it that dares to throw that accusation around?
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from underground factories, aren't they?
Underground factories, bro. Are we like the Fatui or something? Hell no.
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. I've already proved there's nothing wrong with them. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now. Spare yourself from that flood of yours. Or have you not been convinced of that one just yet?
You know what? Good on her. If they don't trust in the business they were supporting all this time and they leave just from some rumor, or well, I don't know if you could really call it a rumor at that point, but I'll say rumor, then you know what? Don't keep those customers. Let them walk away knowing that they're missing out on something great.
You.
Elof! Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. We'll refund them at the purchase price.
Alright.
And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiori.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. No need to worry about them. I'm sure they'll go away on their own in a few days. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out and focus on finalizing my designs.
If you say so, but Paimon still can't help but worry.
Yeah, if this hurts your business in the long run, you know, that's probably an even worse outcome.
The best
You
way
know?
to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no doubt about the quality of my work once my new designs are released. The public just has to see it for themselves.
Miss Chiori, bad news!
Oh no, now what?
For the love of... Can a woman not get a moment of peace to do her work? Go on. What's the matter now?
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to supply us during Fashion Week.
What? No accessories? Not even the ones we pre-ordered?
Yes, that's what their messenger said.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
And they probably
I
all dipped,
think-
right?
They'll probably pull out as well.
Even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So,
Of course they
no
did.
accessories means no brooches, no bow ties, things like that?
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread, all the elements that lend life and soul to my designs.
But if you take those away, does that mean you won't be able to make your designs at all?
Alright, Traveler, time to whip out that giant inventory we have. We surely have stuff that she can work
Alof,
with, right?
You stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier myself.
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too. We'll make sure your supplier knows there's nothing wrong with your clothes.
Thank you. In that case,
You mess with
please come with
the
me.
almighty Traveler, you know, you have a target on your back for the anywhere you go and say that.
I know Miss Chiori has put a lot of work into making Fashion Week a success. I hope you can talk things through with the supplier.
Squall and Fury.
Right, so I guess a little bit faster for me TP here. Okay, I'll just TP. Break the immersion a bit, but
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
just how long I
Of
guess I'll walk the
course.
rest of this.
I wouldn't do anything
Oh,
to one
well,
of my
I would have
business
been made here if I
partners,
didn't TP.
especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Who is it?
Venger, it's Chiori. We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
Straightforward as always, I see. You know, there are certain conventions people usually
Yeah, but Chiori
follow
built
if they
different,
want
you know.
to seek someone's company. Sending a messenger, for example.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just explain things in person?
Have you read the papers today?
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should consider as well.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days I never even read the others.
So, these rumors. The Steambird was the one that published them?
No, not at all. They were in some second-rate fashion tabloids.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid drama isn't worth cutting off my supply.
You would think that. But this time is different. Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy in front of every house. That's how I first learned of the rumors.
They're desperate to slander the
Every
name.
house? That means someone must have been planning this for a very long time.
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Chiori. The article was even published alongside a photo of you.
What sort of photo?
A photo of you beating up someone on the street yesterday.
Yeah, I got Ufer.
Yesterday? Wait, that means...
Uter again.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Not Ufer, Uter. Thank you. Yeah, do I even want to read this? It's all slander.
Behind the scenes, the true Chioria boutique takes shape. Not a fashion house, but a house of lies. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chioria brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to the evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
Yeah, he was the one who started it, that little...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon, but it can't be helped now.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort.
Oh
They
god.
even dug up the fact that my father once served time in the fortress of Meripede.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud. Once tainted, it can never be washed clean. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you. People who silence all dissent with
All right.
violence.
The absurdity. I don't even know which part to laugh at the most.
Well, it's no laughing
We
matter.
love our...
Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crimes after buying your clothes. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility. It's not something people are just going to forget about in a day or two, especially when they've found several people to back up their claims.
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider? If we go through with the show together, we can defeat them fair and square.
If I were younger, I might have said yes. But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family business to consider now. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this, but my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve to be swarmed by all that negative publicity.
I understand.
Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always next year.
Nah,
You
they're
just
not
need
gonna
to
stop.
wait for
They've
all
been
of
planning
this
this
to
for a
blow
while,
over.
so...
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what's gotten you into all this trouble?
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Well, fair enough. Then I suppose all there's left to say is... best of luck. As for the models, none of them wanted to be implicated in all of this either.
Understood. Take care.
So, What should we do now?
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
Ugh, how could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with violent criminals. Can't people tell this is just a bunch of lies?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. It's about echoing the loudest voice in the room. I should have seen it from the beginning. Utair knows me too well. Everything that happened yesterday was just a trap.
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Oh, speaking of which. Alright, Charlotte, we need your help.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article? Oh, just thinking about it makes Paimon's blood boil.
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same sense of journalistic integrity. Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about
You want to work
find
with us
some people
to uncover the
so that I
truth?
can write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who misrepresent and distort the facts.
That's great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side!
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not the kind of person that article makes her out to be. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went? Alof told me you were all together.
She was just here. Maybe she went over there? Let's go check!
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
I swear, all these people are gonna come crawling back once they once the truth comes out, and then it's gonna be like, ugh, do I really want to even,
They kept up
you
a
know,
solid front, though. I've even bought
service
from
those
them
people
before.
anymore? If they're able
Really?
to
How was
switch
it?
so
The
easily,
owner
you know.
was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just thinking about it.
Ugh. All I'm hearing is noise.
Oh no, we've lost her! Did you hear what all those people were saying? Paimon can't believe they bought all that nonsense!
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to use that to mislead people who don't know anything else about her.
Oh, this is all
My mic's
Utair's
talking
fault.
up, I'm just turning
Paimon
open
would
some
pick him up and
chocolate.
throw him across the room too if she could! Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you?
Monka.
You know, so she can, finish what she started?
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she's there then. Elaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
Ah, this is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Oh, you
Oh
were the
no,
one
she's
who
gonna
bought
refund
the
too?
wedding dress yesterday, right? Wait, please don't say you're returning that dress too.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help her out, I'd be more than willing. Ah, so you've come across that article as well. Yeah, you probably don't know this, but after I got engaged, I didn't think I'd be able to wear a Chioria dress on my wedding day.
Why?
My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to Chiori Boutique, and we put down a custom order for a dress. He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes and how pretty they were. Being able to wear one of her dresses to my wedding has always been my dream.
And then?
And then, something happened to the business, and we ran into major Mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debts, but it left us without the funds to pay for the dress.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of the original deposit?
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something happened, and I told her everything. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that she'd be able to finish making it in time as well. She promised that I'd be able to wear a Chihoria dress on my wedding day.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori to be a woman of her word.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on. My fiancé happened to walk into the room and when he saw me, he froze on the spot.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until the wedding day.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue.
Oh,
He's
that's
seen
from
a lot of
Chiora.
wedding dresses
Chiori.
in his time doing business. So as soon
Oh,
as
he
saw
feared
it,
that they
he
wouldn't be
knew
able to pay
for
it.
sure that it must have cost far more than what we paid.
Huh? So wait, that means...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction. It was all of the highest quality.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique. Would you mind going on the record?
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
I think it'd go a long way. Your real experience is more powerful than all those lies combined.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori come back here since we left?
Huh? I thought you were all together.
Well, we were. If she didn't come back here, then do you know of any other places she could have gone?
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea. Miss Chiori would always go there whenever she was upset.
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two can go look for Miss Chiori.
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Actually, let me talk to him before we head off.
So, in your opinion, what is Miss Chiori like as a person?
Alright, Charlotte, are you going to work?
Let's see. Well, she's certainly not afraid to say what she means, but she always looks out for her customers however she can.
The wind rises.
I don't know why I did that, to be honest. Like, I'm definitely not walking all the way out to this cliffside that we're supposed to be at.
Behold.
Cheers. I'm on the cliffside. I wonder if you can actually sit here. I've never actually been here before. Or I've been here before, but I don't think I've actually investigated the spot. It's probably just for the story quest. Oh, we came running from the other direction. Well, I guess it would have been faster that way because the statue was there.
I laughed.
She did.
Oh, whoops.
We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? You don't have to be sad. We'll figure out how to get through this together.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air.
Right. Alright.
Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Sorry about that. I'm the only one here most of the time.
Yeah, we have some other ledges we can sit on.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
I mean, it's not like cliffs were made for us to sit on the edge of them, you know. You know, how much just kind of just floats over the edge of the bed. Wet Fontaine is beautiful in its own right, albeit the
How does it feel?
Oh, didn't expect the CG here, but Damn. She does look pretty.
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators and the media.
This is
It's
you
just you and the beautiful
and the rest of
scenery.
the world. Well, I mean, the rest of the world that is not involved with the stuff you wanted to get away from, I suppose.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined that.
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
You got immersed into the world that you found for yourself.
Sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
And so she found a path for herself, you know.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things.
This is a very interesting way they're doing this. You know, they could just have the traveler and Paimon talk to Chiori, you know, just in their whole model form, but they're doing this for cutscenes and whatever. Very interesting, because it's a different way of exhibiting the emotions that you can't really do with the models, I guess, because of restrictions.
I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call.
Nah, she makes stuff for who
Anyway,
she wants to make it for.
A few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me. Not even to do grunt work.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over Teyvat.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
And you were doing really good
After that,
with it.
I came all the way to the court of Fontaine, a city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept, surely. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion. Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers.
Have I never activated this thing? I don't know if there's a chest in there, but now that I see it, it's like
my dream,
firing the heck out of me.
My work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back.
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara. Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors so we can publish all our findings in the Steambird once we're done.
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either. I know where Uter's clothing factory is located. It might be a good place to start looking for some evidence.
Time to go on to the mains.
Sounds good. We'll come with. As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right? So there's no need to be.
Nah, she's gonna whip up something within the night, I'm sure.
When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week. I'm doing both.
But your accessories. Didn't you say your designs were unusable without them?
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, Every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma and the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back. The sea.
What did you just say, Chiori?
The sea. Seashells, coral.
Oh, she has a design. Time to go swimming for our mats.
I've got it.
Got what?
Inspiration.
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Chiori! Wait, hold up!
Alright, before I do that, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the introduction to the new mechanic for this area when it first came out, but... Alright, if I remember this thing's gonna spawn bubbles or whatever for me to... and dissuade me from attacking this thing, right? Oh my god, there was a chest here, I've never gotten it.
You even want this?
Well, now we have it.
Squall and Fury.
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us!
Alright.
These should be enough, right? Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area. Chiori, will these do?
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should have enough.
Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back. Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Ganyu? Who's that?
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime.
Real.
Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not
Still looks great though.
Paimon otherwise.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work. All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
What else can we help with?
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
You got it! Wait, what did you just say?
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. Just a few dozen yards of fabric and a dream. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I used the larger pieces for the base fabric, and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories in the shop as well.
But you worked so hard on all these outfits!
I know.
Sacrifices
That's why I
need to be
refuse
made
let it
for
all go
the
to waste. I'm not going to let them
greater
win, even if it takes everything I've ever made and more.
good, or the bigger picture.
Okay, then here goes nothing.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, If anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer. Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions.
Oh god, we're just gonna... Pew 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 pew.
Go!
Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened?
Not
to
gonna
your
lie,
shop?
for us ripping and
Who
shredding
did
through the
this?
clothes, they actually look pretty good.
Monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them, was it? They even sent people to wreck your shop.
Alright, whoa, chill,
Give me
Navia.
their
This was
names.
us.
Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di Rosula return the favor.
Alright, I'm happy that you're going home about this, but chill.
Maybe
It's us.
you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
Why do you say boss? Or, I thought we called each other partners. Or was that what Navi calls us and we just call her boss instead?
Huh?
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get.
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I didn't say anything.
It's all good.
Nadia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course! Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic.
I'm pretty sure if you let her
as a
design the uniform, it's gonna be something,
That's why
I wouldn't say
didn't ask in
whack,
the
but
first place,
something
silly.
that doesn't seem like it would be for a
With
common
how much
uniform.
Your intel has helped us out in the past. To the Spina, you're more of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can the Spina be of service to you?
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days.
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too.
Right here,
Actually,
right now.
there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
Ask away. I'm all ears.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
Oh god, Intelligence Network and then a raid team, right?
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Oh! What happened to the boutique?
Alright, chill, Charlotte.
Who
This is
did
deja vu.
Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
Not this again.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we're about to reach the last part of the act, because what, every act is split into like 3 parts?
What should we do about these clothes everywhere? Need any help?
Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and don't forget to remove any accessories and put them to the side.
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help too.
Alright. Funny that we're visiting Linny and Lynette, considering it's White Day, and Linny's one of the featured characters for the Genshin version, and Lynette's not story quest, but hangout event came out this patch. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think I mentioned it yesterday that I was going to do Lynette's hangout quest, which is a bit weird since I normally don't do hangout quests on stream. On the beginning of the 3rd week of the patch, so not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, unless something happens.
Lynette! Great, you're both here.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori. She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to return the favor.
Oh, perfect! She was the one who sent us!
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so it's like this.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear it! Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Uterra's been doing, right? Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check in with her again once she's done with all the new designs.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Sure, she'll definitely do it.
To her, she wants to first beat Uter fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of
Publicly shame him.
She said that it'd be like,
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second?
Both work, I suppose?
Something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go make some preparations. See you at the venue in 2 days.
Alright, we're counting on you.
Alright, and then we're about to enter Act 3.
Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said, and meet up with her at Uter's factory in 2 days. We'll gather the evidence then.
And then head right on over to
sure
the
hope she won't have a hard time making all those new
to the
outfits
venue.
for the show.
Alright, before I continue, let me finish up something. The woven and the cut. Wait until 2 days later. What should one forsake and where should one persist? The answer the designer gives a miss cutting and knitting is... Da 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 da! We'll find out in 2 days. Or I guess 2 days and however many hours I need to fast forward to because I'm stuck in the middle of the night. Alright, where is the clothing factory? Oh, of course it's underground.
Oh, you're here.
Chiori! How are the new outfits coming along? You look kinda tired.
But yeah, 2 days, what, 2 all-nighters
Just
in a
a
row?
few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Alof. We should be able to make tonight's show.
Wow, that's cutting it real close. Are you sure she'll be okay without you?
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight, Uter has closed his factory. This is our only chance to secure any incriminating evidence.
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but wouldn't we technically be trespassing on his property if we just barge in like this?
His factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you put it that way...
Are they gonna buy that?
Anyway,
The bigger question.
Uter's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe the rent here is cheap.
Alright. Ugh, it's really creepy. Paimon would never choose to buy anything from a place like that.
You make a good point. Let's all be on our guard.
Squall Fury.
Alright, dungeon time. Tier's Clothing Factory. A subscription factory located in the Flore Cendre. I Cassandra, I forgot how to pronounce it. It makes us get tendency. God, I keep stuttering. I can't speak for the life of me. It may contain evidence of dishonest business practices on the part of its owner. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna give us a free Chiori. I honestly don't know how I'm really gonna run this team. So I'm just gonna run this team. It kind of sucks because Chiori is gonna be forced into my last slot, and I can't do the quick swap thing unless it cycles back to the first slot with Farina. So I won't really get to make good use of her in this composition. Plus the rotations are gonna be whack. Oh, she has a lot of attack in this. She's probably running an attack circlet, but her crit rate and crit damage does look a lot better than mine, albeit she probably has her weapon, right? So without that, her crit damage is below 100, so it's actually kind of booty. But she does have C-free, so I can't say much. Oh, but noblesse. I think this Chiori would still do more damage, unironically.
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please follow me, dear guests.
I haven't really done any super hidden chests during these in a while, so I think I'll be safe too.
First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Uter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please, take a look around at your leisure.
Yep, this seems like Uter's workspace, all right. Let's see what we can find.
Pretty sure it won't be that obvious, you know, we gotta dig deeper.
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room.
Oh god, don't tell me just like a secret passage. Oh, it's an elevator, right?
Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
Or was it a trap? It doubles down as a trap. Oh god, they're playing the Fortress of Meropide music. Are we actually back in the Fortress of Meropide somehow? No way, right?
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
Seems like we're someplace deeper.
Oh, okay, so you do swap all the way around. That's nice. Okay, so we have our at the bottom and it actually works. Okay, that's good to know. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to be a Chiori, because I do want to use her with Navia, probably. And since my Navia is built to have Farina, I need to figure out who I want as a healer. I'll probably run Charlotte just so I can have more... I actually don't know what's going to have more elemental application, Charlotte or Jean. I've been running Jean just so I can swirl for Farina so she can do more damage. But I probably might want to go back to Charlotte. But I don't know. That could just be me coping.
Look out, there are guards here!
Busted. The wind rises. Ha!
First chest. I feel like my Jean doesn't heal that much. All things considered. It's because I'm running. I know I'm running attack. I guess if I run healing bonus here, it'd be more. But I want crit rate just so I could proc the bonus. So. Oh! Oh!
This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Uter's shop seriously made here?
Look over there.
You.
Ugh. That water there looks super nasty. Oh, Paimon can smell the stench from all the way over here.
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uter?
So he was actually the one who opened an underground factory.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the clothes made here even be worn?
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading. These materials can give you skin problems if you wear them too often.
That's terrifying! Let's take some photos right away as evidence.
Man, do they not have the
This way
capability
we
of
won't be
doing a
able to try
videos?
and deny anything in court. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, they're having us navigate using her.
Huh?
Nope.
Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
Alright, well, I have Wander for this, so I guess I don't really need to start myself. Oh, I wonder if there's any secret chests here, or we're gonna navigate for other parts of this place later.
Quit following me.
Or we could just use his jump. Alright, looking like another arena of sorts.
This place seems like some kind of warehouse. Ugh, and it stinks too. Huh? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked.
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because we used to be partners.
Wait, you're practically at each other's throats. Now you're telling us you used to work together?
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. We shared the same goal, so we decided to work together. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd and shatter tradition. The kind of clothes that would turn heads and leave people in awe. But with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uter's confidence disappeared little by little. Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of, and we parted ways. For my part, I gambled it all, and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud. I was nervous to present it, of course, but I knew it was my chance to show the industry what I was made of. In the end, well...
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that. All I know is, after I opened Chiori Boutique, he's harassed me every year since.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished. A guy like that doesn't deserve your sympathy.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels over there. Let's see if any of those buttons do anything.
Too slow.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe try the next one?
I'm gonna guess it's the middle one because that's the fabric, right? Or because it's the center one. Oh, the alarm's going.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Barbados, guide us.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe...
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Or we just skip through all that.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode.
Oh, second chest, alright. Right, then we're gonna somehow loop around back to where we were at the start.
Behold! We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders.
Alright, let me just play this how it's supposed to be played and not cheese it with Wanderer, I suppose. Okay, we have to wait for the cooldown for this? Okay, I lied. I'm not gonna wait for the cooldown for all of that.
Unauthorized intruders. Initiating shutdown procedure.
Oh man, our chest. Hey, we get to swim. Alright, where are we launching? At least this water is not the filthy water, or at least I hope not. But either way, we gotta tank it out. Oh, somehow we'll be able to dolphin dive up.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here.
Oh, back at the main entrance. Okay, we're gonna run to someone?
Finally, the entrance. At last.
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see. What a surprise.
We've collected a bunch of
Oh man, it's been a while since we've heard this BGM.
at your factory. You're not getting away this time, Uter.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
Oh god, he thinks these things can stop us? He's funny.
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
Let's cope.
Destroying Chioria Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rags?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance!
Says you, buddy.
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you. Stop trying to cater to it. Focus on your own work, and you get to decide what fashion means.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voices too, you know. After all, what is
Oh god,
fashion
he's lost if he
but
can hear
another
voices.
form of public opinion?
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal, but it's up to you to decide what it is. My brand caters to no one but myself and my vision. That's my ideal, and it's not going to change.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? Your jaded understanding of the industry is the reason you've had it out for my brand for so long? You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive and ridiculous that dream was.
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way to prove to yourself that it could never have been possible at all. You think you understand, but you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate his choices. You regret giving up on your dream. So you stopped at nothing to prove to yourself that it wasn't the wrong choice. This whole thing, Uter. It's pathetic.
Pathetic? Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool daydreaming about taking all of Tibet by storm. Well, good luck doing that when even Fontaine doesn't have a place for you anymore.
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams are fools. But more pitiful still are cowards who are too afraid to even attempt what the fool is brave enough to try.
You...
Damn, he really whipped it out, Demacian.
Yeah, just leave this guy to us.
No, you go instead.
But he has a gun.
For his neutral,
It'll be fine.
he
Just
was a
go to the
gun.
venue
Or
and
is it
tell
for his
everyone
special,
to
he was a
proceed with
gun?
the plan.
Or neutral special. I don't remember how the saying goes anymore,
Some
but...
lessons are best delivered in person.
Catch up with us soon.
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying to talk tough, I see.
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this, if I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chiori brand.
Oh, cutscene time?
The Cisoria brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiori Boutique has prepared for you today.
Oh, Kirara came back.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiori brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself.
Did Chiori not?
Oh, I'm guessing we made it out and then the cutscene played, right?
Lights, cameras, over here, please.
Let the show begin.
the world may change, fashion along with it, but Chiori
Bro,
will
those are
remain the
big ass
same.
hats.
No challenge is too great. Chioria caters to no one. Not even the times. Rather, Chioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
Dreamers? Outfits look nice, but damn, do they look, how do I want to put it, a bit extra.
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Oh, I was gonna say, I swear to God, if you say a little more to the right now.
Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I take a picture?
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up after the
Oh,
successful
it's gonna just
show.
be a permanent piece now because we did the story quest. That's kind of nice. I like transformative stuff in the world.
Without a fancy signboard of your own. The Spina's way ahead of you in that regard.
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe could use one of those.
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin cat and the Boggle cat box. Oh, and we need to add Pear as well.
Pear would need an alias, of course. How about... the Hangry Bird.
I mean, it has a nice touch to it, I suppose.
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Miss
Need a bigger
Chiori,
hat then.
I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along with the evidence the Traveler gathered.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite. It's on the house. Huh? You really mean it? Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have need of any costumes in the future, just drop me a note.
What about something other than a costume?
Thank you, Chiori. It's much appreciated.
Well, I don't really need anything. Just don't be a stranger, all right?
I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Komania Express, we're golden.
Actually, that reminds me. When will you be leaving, Kirara?
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice?
The translation of that line, or localization, I guess, is a
Of course.
bit whack.
Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show, appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization, using weaponry in public, hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Chevrolet, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
You heard that, didn't you? You nearly scared me half to death.
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in advance next time you're planning something like that?
And if I had, would you have approved?
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole lot of anxiety.
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Sandra, and the man responsible all tied up and handed to you on a silver platter. Sounds pretty thoughtful if you ask me.
All right, I won't argue with you. You can have this one.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for our efforts. Let's go. Spina's treat.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paperwork to take care of, so you all go have fun. Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Vanger on the way here. He had a message for you.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used pretty much every apology in the book. I'll just visit him some other day and give him a hard time about everything.
You know him well.
Thanks again, Chevrolet.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration feast. Come on, we're leaving.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late. There's something I'd like to give you.
A place with a view? Oh, Paimon knows where you mean. Sure, no problem.
Perfect. I'll be right there.
Oh man, everyone's down. Actually, wait, can I go in? Oh, if I can go in. Alright, I guess we'll take the Sector 7 this time around. Alright, before I go, let me collect these. Even though I haven't leveled up anyone that really needs these, just having a bit of extras might not be too bad in case a character somehow comes along. But just like the need for the barrel conscious, because I'm running low on them. Oh yeah, and it's Jean's birthday. Very pog. Well, it's okay, Jean. We'll catch up with you next week with the event, right? Surely you'll be there.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
And what is it?
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chiori Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
Is it going to be a item in our inventory? I'm gonna guess, right?
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you two.
We'll treasure it.
You've been a great help. Even when things were looking bleak, you stayed by my side. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win. Even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of the credit. This result, it was all you, Chiori.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiori Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if you had anything to say about it. But, about the stuff you said at the show, you aren't worried it'll rub some people the wrong way?
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I won't bow or scrape before any force in this world, much less any individual. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful, and there will always be people who appreciate it.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about then. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. But before that, I'd like to admire the view for just a little while longer. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.
And end scene. Alright, tell me she's still gonna be here for us to talk to. No! Alright, and then we got the handmade brooch. It looks different though. Or no, it's the brooch sitting on top of a little stand or something of sort. Anyways, that's a nice quest. Got to see, hear about her rise, I suppose, to her position, the length she's willing to go to, keep it alive, and all the other people, that she's bonded with as a result of her hard work. He wants to go on the trip with us. Oh, we can go in now. Or can I go in before? I just never hit F. I guess I'm stupid. That was on the table. Navia. Navia. Speeda party. She's invited. Rope 8. Oh, and rope her assistant. Kirara. Asked about the clothes and where I got them while I was on the delivery run. And Chevreuse. Cigar suspects the judge. Listen to all his regular customer at your store. Oh, right. She gets information from other people. Oh, more notes? Charlotte. Monsieur Verite. Get some tea. No interviews. Chevreuse. And then more stuff for Chevreuse and travel plans. Moving clothing trend in Natlin. Ooh, Natlin. But check it out when I have some time. Design items can be used for winter wear. Natlin and Sazai. It would be crazy if we get a second story quest with Chiori in the other regions just so she can hunt for what's it called? For new clothing styles. And whatnot. But anywho, that will be it for tonight. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow, whenever time that might be, for Act 3 of Honka Impact, and then we'll be off for about nearly another week. But yeah, all right. Hope everyone has a good night, and I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully.